Coming up,
we may have a coyote come down to drink as well. You never know what you're going to see. It's pretty awesome.
this nature preserve looks like it's a movie set on another planet. Not only is it on this planet, it's a hidden gem right off the turnpike. Have you spent some time off from the gym? I know I have. Personal trainer Morgan Shapiro has tips for easing back into your workouts after an extended break. If you're observing Ramadan, you'll definitely want to see what Healthy Eats contributor Nieves has cooking for you. Plus, the latest tech in regenerative medicine and anti-aging. All of that and more is today on SoFlo Health. Hello and welcome to SoFlo Health. I'm Hunter Frankie, and we're inside Fern Forest Nature Center in Cypress Creek. And they're both very aptly named because this forest is full of ferns. It's got plenty of cypress trees, and there's even a creek. I'm going to find Nikki to learn more about what you can see while you're here, but it is like a blast from the past. So I'm going to find her, and you watch this. If you watched SoFlo Health in the last month, then you might remember that I had shingles at some point, which means I haven't been in the gym in like 5 or 6 weeks, because you really shouldn't stress yourself out too much after going through a bout of shingles, but I'm ready to get back into the gym. In fact, pretty excited about it. So I'm meeting Morgan Shapiro here to see what I should do to ease back in. My tendency is to just do what I did before, and that's not always the best thing to do. So whether you've neglected the gym because you just haven't gotten around to it, you're off because of an injury or an illness, and you're getting back into it, you want some advice? Listen up and follow me. Hey Morgan, good to see you.
What's up? Welcome to my favorite place, the gym.
The gym. We're at UFit in Weston, and I am getting back into the gym. I told you, I was like, you know, it's been a while since I've taken really like a month plus off.
Yeah.
I had shingles, that's why I took the time off following along. But I'm ready to get back into the gym. Don't want to, here's what I normally do. I just do what I was doing before, and then I mess it up, and then it gets bad real quick.
Yes.
So you told me to meet you at the leg press. Why is that?
So first things first, I want you to load up the leg press, and then I'm going to tell you why I wanted you to meet me here.
145?
So please throw a 45 on for me, yes. So when it comes to getting back into the gym is having a plan, right?
Okay.
We don't want to go back to what we were doing before. Today we're actually going to focus on a full body, a light full body workout routine.
Okay.
And we're going to start off modifying our movement. So maybe typically before you do the barbell squat,
sure.
Now I have you on the leg press because you're going to have a lot more control. So let's start off giving me a few reps. So now, why did we start at the leg press and not the barbell squat? Well, with this variation, you have a lot more control, not only to adjust your weight, but with the barbell squat, you're having to be a lot more stable. You know, maybe you're not as strong as you were before. You can give me one more rep, take a little rest if you need to.
Right.
As we're starting off too, you don't want to overdo it on the reps and the sets. That's really important. We're dialing everything down. So now you don't have to do leg press. You just want to modify your movements, right? You could do the goblet squat, you could do the banded squat, but the whole point is we're taking it down a notch.
Right.
And you're able to focus a little bit more. And I know I was talking to you a lot, but if you were by yourself, this is a great opportunity to really tap into that mind-muscle connection, which is so important when getting back into routines.
All right, great. I'll get one more set in, and then I'll see you on the bench. Morgan, I've got the dumbbells, but where the heck's the bench?
So we actually are not going to use the bench. We're just going to use the floor. We are really going to modify this movement because we are getting back into the swing of things. So we are going to do a floor press. So I want you to come down to the floor.
All right.
Let's both bring it down together.
I've grabbed 25s. Normally I use 50s or 55s, but Morgan asked me to lessen the weight while I get back into it.
And that's because we're really going to focus on how do you feel when you do this exercise after this time off.
Am I going to leave my feet on the floor?
Yes, feet are going to stay on the floor. You're going to lie back. Dumbbells are starting up. And then you're going to give me a regular press. Good. And let's bring it down safely. Very good. How did that feel?
It might feel shaky that first time. You might get discouraged, like, oh my God, it's only half the weight. But your body catches up pretty quickly once it's getting back into swing. So I felt great, and I'm ready for more.
Awesome. I love it. And I love the fact that he dropped the ego. You're willing to lift half the weight and reinforce those things that matter so much to stay consistent for the long term. So
at some point, you got to let go of the thrill of the heavy weights if that's what you like to do. and you have to pick up the thrill of just being back at it after you've been out for a while.
Right, the long-term plan.
Well, I'm gonna hit another set. You keep watching SoFlo Health, and then when you see us again, we'll be doing something else.
We're back at My Care Medical. I'm here with Dr. Nieves. Dr. Nieves is going to talk to us today about the importance of getting off on the right foot on your first visit between the patient and doctor. How does someone do that as a patient?
The best way to make your visit better with your physician is to come prepared with all your questions, have a list of all the questions you want to ask your doctor so we can better serve you. Bring in all your medication bottles, not the yellow pill, the green pill. We actually see it and we can feel it and we can show you how to take your pills. And don't be afraid to be honest if you're not taking your medications. We want to know the truth because we're here to help you, right? You don't want to be saying you took your medications and if you didn't, then it's not really gonna help you, right? We might add medication or increase medication dosage.
And how does My Care Medical make it easier for the patient to be prepared?
Well, we have the medical assistant call the patient the day before of the office visit to remind the patients to bring their medications to discuss with the doctor. They also make sure that we have all the testing done that the patient has had before the visit so the doctor can review the results with the patient.
And what sets My Care Medical apart after that first visit to the doctor?
They have nurse practitioners. They even go visit the patient at home if they need to. They have social workers. If they're having social issues, they also help them out with that and to make sure they have access to care.
And how can we find out more?
Well, you can go to the website, you can give us a call or visit one of our centers.
Thank you.
All right, thank you.
If you're observing Ramadan, you may be fasting now, but Aniva has something you'll definitely want to try later when SoFlo Health returns. Welcome back to SoFlo Health. I'm Hunter Frankie, and I'm still at Fern Forest Nature Center. I'm joined by Nikki. She was just telling us what there is to see here, but what makes Fern Forest special?
Fern Forest is special because it gives you a chance to glimpse into the past of what South Florida used to be like.
Yeah, often people will say that, South Florida, there's like no real hiking or trails there because it's all just Everglades. It's like, well, this doesn't look like the Everglades.
This is what it used to be like.
Well, great. Well, what else is there to see?
We have a wonderful prairie, but what my love is the swamp.
Can we go there?
Absolutely.
Well, yeah, instead of talking about it, let's go show everybody. So we're going to
Sounds
find the
good.
swamp, and we'll see you in a bit. Let's go. This is beautiful.
Isn't it? It's spectacular. This is a cypress maple swamp, and it's a native habitat here in South Florida, but it's not seen anywhere because they're all gone.
Yeah, these little stumps coming out, those are the cypress knees?
Those are the cypress knees, yes.
And what sort of wildlife would I see out here?
You can see the raccoons that come in to wash their food. We have mosquito fish, that's part of their food. We may have a coyote come down to drink as well. You never know what you're going to see. It's pretty awesome.
Lovely. Well, thank you so much for giving me a little bit of a tour. I'm going to keep exploring if you don't mind.
Please do. My pleasure. Have a good visit.
I'll be right back here at Fern Forest Nature Center, but you keep watching SoFlo Health.
Ramadan is a month of fasting, prayers, giving, and reflection for millions of Muslims around the world. It's a time to strengthen their faith, spirituality, while taking care of their bodies and minds.
Hi, I'm Aniva for SoFlo Health, and I am here today with Dr. Lynn to discuss some useful tips and practices during the month of Ramadan for those who actually celebrate it. So, Dr. Lynn, can you tell us about the significance of actually having a healthy lifestyle during the month of Ramadan?
Ramadan, as we know, is a time for spiritual reset, but we kind of neglect the physical aspect. Part of physical health is fitness and nutrition.
I'm South Asian, and during Ramadan, we eat a lot of fried food.
Yes.
So that's something we should be avoiding.
It's great to celebrate Ramadan with cultural foods. There's nothing wrong with that. What are you going to invite in your body and nourish yourself with so that not only is it healthy for you, but you're going to feel good?
I know we have a few recipes lined up that we should actually try during the month of Ramadan. So what do we have going on today?
I'm going to show you a very quick recipe. You're going to have a delicious honey garlic glazed salmon. We're just going to take some salt and we're going to put a little bit of pepper. This is some cayenne pepper. Do you like spice?
I need spice,
Kick it up a
actually. Yep,
notch.
I definitely need the kick. All right, so we got the spices all in.
We got the spices on,
So
but
what do we do, just rub it in now?
rub it in, make sure every single part of the salmon got the love. So salmon is one of the most nutrient-dense foods. It's packed with protein, which keeps us full, and it also is packed with omega-3 fatty acids.
So after we marinate, what are we doing next?
And add a little bit of oil to the pan. You can use olive oil or you can use avocado oil. So we have already prepared this marinade in advance. This is just a little bit of honey, a little water to thin it out, and freshly squeezed lemon juice. We're gonna put the fresh garlic in there first. You can go ahead and pour that in.
Tell me about the importance of actually having suhoor, since we have to wake up at the crack of dawn to actually eat something, to, to
Yes.
last us through the entire day while we're fasting.
We are not eating for the whole day.
Right, yeah.
We need energy to sustain us. So it's good to just at least take a cup of water. If you're going to eat something rich with protein, fat, and fiber, so that you have slow energy release throughout the day. So this fish is done, but what I like to do is put it in the broiler for 1 minute so that it can get nice and charred. The fish turned out amazing. Garnish it with a little bit of color. This is parsley, and color is so important. Every color has a different phytochemical. I like to call them superpowers. When you combine the colors together, it has synergy.
So we're actually tasting the rainbow when it comes to this.
Exactly. You can pair this salmon with a side dish, which has even more colors.
Oof, okay, so we got superpower during the month of Ramadan. So guys, we made a delicious savory dish for month of Ramadan. And
Next time, Dr. Lynn and I are going to try my favorite.
dessert, Ramadan Mubarak.
Ramadan Mubarak.
Behind me is Las Olas Boulevard, and today I'm at a med spa that's aptly named. It's Las Olas Med Spa, powered by Top Aesthetics. I'm here to meet Dr. Palladino, who's going to show us how you can not only look good, but feel good too. Two things that we love. Let's go meet the doctor. As promised, this is Dr. Palladino of Las Olas Med Spa. Dr. Palladino, thank you for being with us today.
Pleasure. Thank you for being here.
Tell me, what sets you apart from other med spas?
It's owned, managed, and run by physicians, and I think that alone, sets a standard that is not the most common in the industry. Everybody that is involved in here, it's been training on this for a very long time. And I think we have developed different protocols over time, the things that work best in order to achieve your hormonal consistency, in order to achieve your nutritional aspect. We can not only just give you that, but measure that, make sure it's optimized, and then on top of that, we're gonna make you look amazing.
We want to basically maintain natural results that no one would ever notice that you had any work done, but we slow your aging process and give you an overall youthful glow, contouring of your face, and just light up the inside.
Sounds like a pretty good deal.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. On top of that, we're affiliated with Top Aesthetics, which is our main clinical aspect that we can do surgeries and do, for those aspects that are a little bit more advanced, and the non-surgical is not enough.
Is it fair to say that it's a tailored experience for each person, and that you're trying to strike the balance between helping people look and feel their best, but also not compromising their health?
That's one of the things that we encourage and say, listen, when you come here, the treatment is going to be for you. It's going to be designed, structured, and implemented for you, because not what works for you works for somebody else.
What people need to know is basically what their biggest treatment goals are and how much downtime they want to have. We can go as simple as no downtime to downtime of 2 weeks for a restorative laser. It's all dependent on what the patient wants and what their anti-aging goals are.
Well, Dr. Palladino, thank you so much for spending some time with us, and thank you for not only just thinking of the aesthetics, but health as well.
Absolutely. Pleasure. Thank you very much.
Of course. Come right back. Personal trainer Morgan Shapiro continues with tips for getting back into the gym, and we visit a clinic that may help you out of pain without surgery after the break on SoFlo Health. These are marlberries, and you can see them all over Fern Forest Nature Center where we are today. Welcome back to SoFlo Health. I'm Hunter Frankie, and these are in season. The birds eat them, raccoons, possums, you name it, they eat it. And we could eat them, but we don't advise it because they would have a laxative effect on you, and we don't really want that, especially out on a trail like this. Later in the year, wild coffee will be growing in this same park, and it's a great place to explore, so I'll keep doing just that, and you watch this. I'm still at UFIT in Weston, and of course, I'm joined by Morgan Shapiro, personal trainer and SoFlo health expert. So, Morgan, we're talking about me getting back into the gym. I took some time off because of shingles, if you've been following along that saga, and that took me about 5 or 6 weeks out of the gym. But I'm back in the gym, making sure that I do it properly. Morgan showed me earlier that I should maybe cut the weight that I use in half just for a little while and maybe reduce the sets or reps a little bit, just kind of feel it out. You want to get some pump without exerting yourself too terribly much as you're getting back into it. Now you have me on the treadmill. Why?
So we finished the whole strength training portion of our routine, and now it's cardio time, right? Maybe that means different things for you. Maybe you're someone who likes to go outside and run, and you do your high intensity exercise. Well, today we're getting back to it, so we're just gonna opt for some low intensity cardio. So today our form of that is the treadmill, and then we can play with different variables, again, depending on how you're feeling. So maybe you take up the speed a little bit, maybe you add a little bit of an incline, that way you're working the glutes, you're working the hamstrings a lot, and you stay right here. Maybe you usually do 30 minutes, now we're gonna do 15 minutes. And you listen to your body and you listen how you feel. How are you feeling, Hunter?
I feel pretty good. I like to walk with a little bit of swagger in my step, like David Weck does. I go for the head over foot, and I kind of like to move through it a little bit. It makes me feel cool.
There we go.
It gets me lubricated and moving, so I like it. And certainly once you've been cooped up for a while or unable to work out or exercise, a simple walk at a nice pace, the way you like to walk, is always great.
Absolutely. Just do something, get moving, feel good, take the intensity down, low impact, but let's ease back into it.
All right, what's next?
So next we are going to do our cool down session.
All right, I'll meet you over there. I'll start walking.
All right, you got 5 more minutes.
Okay. I'm now here with you stretching, about to stretch. What do you want to do first?
Let's focus on the hamstrings a little bit. So we're gonna bring one leg out, and now why are we stretching? Well, I hope that you did this before the time off. You took some time to stretch. You're gonna reach over to that one leg. You can do both hands, you can do one. But it's really important when getting back into it because you're taking the time to slow down and ask yourself, how is my body feeling after all of that? If you notice your hamstrings are like insanely tight from your one set of deadlifts, maybe that gives you the cue to go a little lighter next time, do a different modification. Let's switch sides, other leg.
Okay.
So it's taking that time to really check in with your body and see how you're feeling. Also, you don't want to finish feeling absolutely drained. If you're done right now and you're like, I can't wait to go home to shower and get back in bed, you probably went too hard, right? So you want to dial back the intensity. So how are you feeling? We're going to go ahead and stretch the glutes now.
I feel great. Stretching the glutes?
Yeah, we're stretching the glutes. So we're lying back, crossing one leg over the other. These muscles tend to be very tight.
I feel great. I find that sometimes after time off,
Keep pulling it.
I actually feel a little bit looser because I haven't been working out so much.
Right.
But other times I'm tight. Like in this case, I was home, laying in bed a lot.
Right, so you're feeling that tightness, and maybe it's from the increased exercise, maybe it's from the fact that you were sitting this whole time, switching legs. So it's just important you don't leave the gym with that heart rate up. You take a moment to slow it down, check in with yourself. You can release that. Deep breath. And I want to ask you, Hunter, why is it important that you get back into your gym routine?
I like it because it adds structure to my week, makes me feel good, take care of my health, and I enjoy the process. It makes me feel like things are back to normal. It's like a cue that, okay, it was off kilter for a while, but we're back.
Right, and I would say those are pretty important reasons to take these steps so you can continue to do that and ease back into it with grace. So,
Morgan, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you for having the patience along with us. We know it's not as exciting as some of the stuff that we do, but it's very important. It can help you a lot. So if you're just getting back into the gym because you were injured, you were ill, or it's just been a long time, make sure you take some of these tips and get to it. Nikki was not kidding when she said that you can go for more of an adventure that is a lot muckier of terrain, but you are certainly in the middle of the wilderness inside of a park, but that's fine. If you're looking for more of an adventure but are prepared to get dirty, you definitely have the ability to do so here. I'm gonna head back to the regular paths. Oh boy. I'm at QC Kinetics of South Florida, and today I'm joined by Dr. Fernandez. Doctor, thank you so much for being with us today.
Thank you for coming in.
Of course. It says right here on the wall, non-surgical regeneration. What does that mean?
That's exactly who we are. So we focus on non-surgical non-pharmaceutical regeneration. So we take your body's own cells, own elements, in order to treat acute injuries, chronic injuries, and that way patients are taking their life back.
So who's this for?
Basically, anybody that deals with an acute injury or somebody that has suffered an acute tear. To or the end of the spectrum, somebody that has been dealing with this type of issue, like a chronic pain injury, or conditions such as knee arthritis or back-related conditions.
What else would you say sets you apart?
Our treatments are tailored, individualized protocols. It's not a one-size-fits-all. And that's why patients respond so well and they have the highest success rate. Also, the technology that we use. With the technology that we use, we are able to yield the highest concentration of platelets and growth factors. And that makes a huge difference in terms of repairing the tissue damage, which is the case in a lot of our patients.
And if people would like to learn more, how can they?
So you could visit our website or just come in, give us a call anytime, and we'll be able to see you in one of our clinics anytime.
Great. Well, Dr. Fernandez, thank you so much for your time.
Thank you.
I'm fresh off the footpaths and I'm taking a break by the creek here at Fern Forest Nature Center. Welcome back to SoFlo Health. I'm Hunter Franke and I'm having a great time exploring this forest. There's a lot to see here. I mean, yes, it's a small area compared to like forests that everybody talks about going hiking in Colorado or North Carolina or whatever, but who needs to go there when you've got this beautiful landscape right here? You can see the swamp-like areas, you can go on the prairie paths, you can just learn at the nature center, or you can stay on one of these paths and not get dirty. But if you want to get a little more adventurous, you can get dirty, go rummage through the swamp. They've even got shoe washing stations so that when you're done, you don't mess up your car. It's just a very well set up hidden gem. Nikki wasn't kidding when she said there's a lot to see here. So, Nikki, thank you for having us, and we always appreciate coming to our Broward parks. That's all we have for this week's episode of SoFlo Health. Thank you so much for watching. As always, you can watch previous episodes on SoFloShows.com. You can follow us using @SoFloHealth to share with us what you're doing to stay healthy. Until next week, it's goodbye and good health. Next week on SoFlo Health, it's our birthday. That's right, we celebrate 5 years of bringing health and lifestyle to your screen. Join us for a look back at our favorite moments, food, workouts, and more. It's all right here next week, and we'll see you then.